Hickok 45 here. What does your X carry? Here's my X carry right here. Whoops. Let's put some ears on. Or it might be my X hearing. Hey, that's a pretty nice pistol. Let's shoot it again. Everything just fall apart down there. Hey, you know what? I'm not finished yet. I really am not. Let's put one on the gong while we're playing. Yeah, I was playing a little too much. Got to get a nice trigger break. Okay. So yeah, this is the X-Carry. So I don't carry it anymore. I used to. All kinds of corny jokes we could use on this, couldn't we? Why is it here? Well, it's because you all have requested it. Okay? Your wish is our command, to some extent. Okay? In fact, we appreciate you all so much. We're going to give you this bullet. John must have stuck that in there. Wow, that thing is so corroded you can hardly tell what it is. No, that's out of a new box from Federal, I think. No, that's some old rusty metal 7.62 by 39 round that was, I guess, in the gravel, don't you imagine? Thanks, John, I needed that. Yeah, so, but no, actually the X-Carry, I'm not going to carry it anymore. That's it. This is one that I just hadn't ever really fired one, and I hadn't paid a ton of attention to the X-Carry models. You know, I had this compact. I have to be careful not to drop, right? And of course the M17, which you've seen. And you know, I just have not had an X-Carry. We've not shot one. I know the the X-Carry 5, I think it's called, is the big competition kind of version of this. And I'm surprised we haven't done one of those. I don't know. Maybe y'all just haven't requested it, or when I saw the request, I wasn't sure what you're talking about. I don't know. I usually will look those up if it's a firearm I'm not familiar with, especially the second or third time I see it. But it looks like that would be fun to shoot. Big old gun, kind of like the what was it? The CZ Shadow 2. Yeah, a big old gun like that. That may not be much for carry. It's a 5-inch barrel, but you know, it has all the features of the X-Carry, because it is an X-Carry 5. You know, that looks like a fun gun. But this is the, well, I guess it's not called an X-Carry 5. It's like the X5, I think. Okay, you can tell I'm a SIG expert, can't you? I'm learning. But this one is the X-Carry, and it is kind of the counterpart to the compact that I have. By the way. You know, they're similar in size. Let's double check this thing again. I know the other one's clear. We've been playing, checking, and messing with it, but they're about the same size. You know, in fact, if you don't put the mag in that one, look at that. It is the same, but you put a mag in, it's a little longer because it holds 17 round magazines. All right. So the X-Carry is a little like the Glock 19X, I guess. You know, you've got the kind of the compact slide and then the full grip. Okay, so that's kind of what you have here. And I read that the Danish Army has actually adopted this thing. I mean, I can see why we think of it, or at least SIG is promoting it as a carry gun, I guess, calling it the X-Carry. But it's really the same configuration pretty much as the 19X, which I think is pretty much what Glock submitted for the military trials, you know, and the FN 509. And then of course the SIG, but firearms with the full grip, you know, 17 round or whatever, and a little shorter slide really are catching on, aren't they? They're really catching on, no doubt about it. It seems counterintuitive in a lot of ways, because we all kind of know that the hard part to conceal of a firearm tends to be the grip, the length of the grip, whereas the length of the slide is not quite as big an issue. But it depends. If you're appendix carry or you're riding in a car, you need a shorter holster, shorter gun. I mean, there's an advantage to that as well. And you know me, I like short firearms typically. But anyway, grip, a full-length grip can be a little bit problematic. But then again, a lot of people, I have learned from just the last year or two, a lot of people don't mind it at all. You know, those Glock 43 and 48 that came out, 43X and 48. A lot of people love those things, you know, and I thought with the long grip, they wouldn't be that popular. But so anyway, people want something you can get hold of. And that's what you get with this, you know, that FN 509, the Glock 19X, and others. You get a full grip, and you can really grasp that thing and shoot it. You get a nice balance. Let's, while we are just talking here, let's shoot some hollow points, okay? I've got a mag loaded, the HST. All right, it's usually what I have, carry. And speaking of carry, let's do a little pot smoking with them. Boom. Oh, we saved a 2-liter for the hollow points, didn't we? Purely accidental. Boom. Yeah, pretty nice. Cowboy. Yeah. It feeds holler points, okay. Yeah. So the X-Carry, you know, it looks to me like SIG might just want to phase everything else out. These X-Carry frames and slides and everything seem to have the features a lot of people want. Now this one feels good too. John and I have been comparing a little bit, and we like the feel of that compact, just the way it is. But there's some things about this that are pretty cool. The fact that it's a little bit longer, you know, you do get a nice serious grip on it. It holds 17 rounds instead of 15, big advantage, right? But and the trigger, the straight trigger, and it breaks at supposedly a 90-degree angle. You know, it breaks right there, and that's supposed to be good. You know, especially with a flat surface, you know, less likely to pull it, you know, laterally. And I think there's some truth in that. You know, they claim that at SIG, and I like a flat trigger. I just do. Whether it's on an AR or on a handgun, I don't see a downside to a flat, straight trigger. They tend to look different to us, don't they? Kind of odd almost. But you know, a lot of competition guns have them. I like it. It breaks about the same power. I think 5 or 6 pounds. And notice you've got different serrations on the slide here. They're a little bit more vertical. You get a nice bite to them. I like the color, the coyote tan is kind of nice. I think it comes in black as well. Reversible magazine release. You got the ambi slide release, and they stick out a little more than I like, but they do, they protrude. You know me, I like things like these that are kind of minimalist, like the Glock or this SIG here, where you got to kind of find it. These stick out pretty much there. So anyway, let's shoot a little bit more. Got plenty of mags here. Comes with 2 mags, and you know, those 2, I guess. And this one is actually with the M17 over there. Thought I'd steal it and use it. And I had bought these came with the M17, and I had bought some of these 21-round mags and some others. If it's a firearm I'm going to have, and I've got 2 of these now, SIGs, I'm going to have some magazines. You don't know when the, oh gosh, should I call them idiots? They're not really idiots in Washington, anxious to ban all this kind of thing. They just are gun banners. They just, you know, they think this is evil stuff. You know, it's not that they're idiots. In a lot of ways, it'd be better if they were, right? But anyway, if you have a firearm you really like and you know you're going to want to have that firearm for a long time, I suggest you get a few magazines for it, okay? Make sure you're in good shape there. Just word to the wise. I've been through all the political storms through the years. All right, let's see. Let me put a mag in my pocket, my pouch over here. I actually have a pouch on today. Wow. And let's put it back in the holster. We're hot. All right. So, oh man, what should I shoot? I think I'll shoot the stop sign. How's that? I like that trigger. It feels good. That is a nice pistol. Chew up that cinder. Tell you, it just makes you want to shoot more and more. Now you probably wouldn't carry that magazine in it, but those are the 21 round mags. That's one advantage of it, having that full grip. Yeah, it's pretty nice. All right, let's go over there and just play over there a little bit with this thing. Let me just calm down and try that red plate on the right. I've hit it with this thing, so I don't know if I will today, but. Nice. It's like the M17. You have to hold the front sight in exactly the same place, right kind of on the top of it, which I'm not used to. Let's try that pig on the left up there. All right. It took 3 hits, right, to knock him over. Let's try the ram. Woo, 1 round. All right, quit playing around. There we go. Let's go back to Mr. Gong. Yeah, this thing, I tell you, I like it. You just want to keep firing it. I really do. I'm looking for more magazines already. It fits your hand kind of like a glove pretty well, and trigger's nice, and you know, it's got that big the tritium front sight. What do they call that? Gosh, I forgot it. They've got a Radion, or I forget what it's called. But anyway, nice front sight, and it's just wonderful. Now this frame, as you notice, a couple of things here, just so you see again the difference. I'm really bad. I just start shooting and forget. You got a little more beaver tail on the X-Carry, okay? And you get a little more undercut here on the frame. You get your hand fingers just a little bit higher. It's not dramatic, but you can tell. That's one thing, it just feels good to me when I pick it up. This feels good, but it feels like this one sits a little higher, you know, the bore axis. And that's one reason you just want to keep shooting the thing. A nice trigger, and it just tucks in there. Great sights on it and all that. Of course, you got your lightning cut out there. And this plate, of course, you take the slide off and it comes, well, we just do that. You don't have to pull the trigger, you notice. Yeah, there's screws there and there. Now, in order to get them both out, you have to take the back plate off and the extractor, okay? But not a big deal. And then this plate comes off, and it's the Romeo 1, just fits right in there, you know, SIG sights. So you can have your red dot, your RMR there, without lots of adapters or anything at all like that. So that's pretty cool. It's, you know, kind of like the M17. So a very flexible firearm, no doubt about it. And of course the SIG, you know, you got the stainless chassis. That's the actual gun. There's a serial number on it. And what do they call this? The grip module, not the frame. I'm sure I have called it the frame. And I'm sure I'll continue to call it the frame, because that's kind of what it is. But technically it's the grip module. And if you go to the gun shop, a big well-stocked gun shop, well-stocked for SIG anyway, I can think of a couple around here, then you have racks full of different grip modules for the SIG, so you can put different sizes on there. You don't see slides though. I mean, it's great that you can do all that. You can pull out that chassis and mix and match and put it. You've seen me do that here in videos with this firearm, and put different slides and grip modules on it and all that kind of thing within reason. And but you never see the slides for sale at gun shops. That's an expensive item, barrel and all that. I'd like to see a rack with all those those possibilities is build me a Lego SIG P320, you know. But you can get those though, because the gun, I mean, you have it shipped to your house. Those you don't know, that piece of stainless steel, that chassis I showed you, I could take it out and stick it in my pocket. I've done that. It's the gun. Okay, the rest of it is just parts that you can order, you know, have shipped to your house. It's like a muzzle loader or something. All right. So I'm quickly, I like this one. I like this M17. And by the way, it seems to be breaking in here a little bit more. It still doesn't go fully into battery all the time, but it's doing better the more we shoot it, I think. We'll see how it does. But I'm beginning to come to the conclusion this might be my favorite of the SIG pistols. Okay, it's pretty cool. I like the size of it and everything. So much so I'm going to shoot a little bit more. What did I forget to tell you about it? I mean, like the other SIG, it's got a nice trigger reset. Let me work that again. Okay. See, it's got a short reset. Trigger is just about right, 5 or 6 pounds. It's got a pretty nice break. Doesn't feel great when you're not shooting it. That's not bad. It's one of those guns that feels better when you're shooting it. The trigger does. A reversible mag release, as I said. You got kind of a beveled mag well there, but nothing like what you have on the big old X5, pistol. And good looking pistol, I have to say. You folks have been requesting it. I see why. You either have one, you're thinking about buying one, I don't know, or whatever. What's the other choice? Let's do a little more bowling. I was about to walk down there, hit that thing. All right, plate time. Let's see, where do I hold? Pretty good, pretty nice, feels good. Well, what is it about that fourth plate? Let's just pump some lead onto him. I'll show you, buddy. I have one more magazine, and I think I just don't want to shoot it, okay? Yeah, you know better than that, don't you? What else have I not told you, though? Go ahead, ask questions quickly. It's a purdy gun, I think. We're not sure I would have thought I'd say that, but, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, but these colors are kind of growing on me. You got your rails there. Like I say, you got a cutout. It's got a beaver tail, kind of. It feels pretty good. Not a bad looking pistol. If you're looking for a handgun in this size range, it weighs 27 ounces. So it's not light, but then again, it's not a big clunker either. It's got a nice stainless steel slide. It's a regular carbon steel barrel. But the coatings and everything are supposed to be what are the claim to fame here. Not supposed to be rusting on you. So anyway, pretty cool. Let's just shoot that barrel a little bit. Put some more holes in it. You want to? Yeah, let's try that tree a little bit. Where is? Oh, there it is. That feels good. Yeah, I like it. It's kind of a winner to me, if you like SIG at all. As far as the negatives, it's not horribly expensive. I think since they just come with 2 magazines now, the price is somewhere around $6.50 maybe. Just check your local dealer or your online dealer and see what you get it for. And if something else, oh yeah, one negative is again, I don't like necessarily those mag or slide locks sticking out like that, protruding as much. Not sure that's necessary, at least for me. And I don't know, it seems to work. The slide goes all the way forward in the battery, unlike my M17. And sights are easy to pick up. It feels good. You know, so it's a matter of whether or not this is the configuration that would appeal to you. If you have like absolutely no interest in a full-length slide for a frame, grip, and a carry gun, then this would not appeal to you. And that used to be a much bigger turnoff to me. It still kind of is, because I prefer a smaller firearm. But I have to say, these firearms in this class, with kind of the compact slide size and the full-length grip, really have grown on me in the last couple of years. And I think a lot of us have discovered how well they shoot, how well they feel, and how well balanced, you know, a firearm it is. You know. So whether it's 19X Glock or the 509 FN, and you know, name some others. You know. So if you have one of these, let me know what you think. Now that I've shot one a fair amount, you know, I'm curious what you all think about it. I like it. I like it. And again, it may be early to say this, but it because I shoot Glocks and other guns probably more than the SIGs, but I've shot the M17 a fair amount, and that compact, and a couple others. I think this might be my favorite. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. So anyway, the X-Carry, P320 X-Carry from SIG. And if you're aware of problems that are going on with this particular model, I know SIG has had some of those, not buying trouble or trying to bash SIG, but you know, let us know. You know, it looks like the P365 is working for most people, and a lot of guns, when they first come out, you know, we end up being the beta testers, don't we? We don't particularly like that, but it's been happening a lot lately with several firearms. But you know, let me know what you think of it. I like it. So am I crazy? I think I really like it. So life is good.
Just doing a little spring training, as I do here on the compound often. Since I've got you here, I want to remind you to check out our friends over at SDI and Talon Grips. SDI is a fully accredited online distance learning program where you can become certified in gunsmithing or get an associate's degree in firearms technology. That's SDI, the Sonoran Desert Institute. Go to sdi.edu for more information. Talon Grips is a company that makes grips. Big surprise there, right? You can check them out at talongungrips.com. They make various types of grips for various types of firearms. They go over your existing grips. You go to the website, talongungrips.com, and see what all they have over there. We appreciate them and their support, and we hope that you support the companies that support us. Also, while you are on the internet, which I assume you are at this time, go to hickok45.com and check out everything we have over there. We have links to all of our social media, our merchandise, which you can find also at bunkerbranding.com. We have t-shirts and hats and mugs and drink koozies and different things like that. On social media, there is Hickok, the real Hickok45 on Instagram, Hickok45 on Twitter, Hickok45 on Facebook. There's also a page I have called John_Hickok45 on Instagram and John Hickok on Facebook. So please check all that stuff out when you get a chance. But you know, watch some more videos. Have fun out there. Talk to you guys later.